Hello. Welcome to episode number 22 of Back of the Burb.
It's his voice. Yes. You know what? I'm going to say it. It's the recurring line. We made it.
Somehow.
We passed our 21st and learned.
It's all downhill from here.
We've all just been completely smashed, drunk for a
that's
week.
true.
You know, barely functioning.
Yeah, let's not talk about that yet.
That's where the excitement ends. 21. It just all goes into a downhill spiral from there.
Yep. You think you're going to make something of yourself, and then you wind up being a Walmart assistant manager.
And you end up making a podcast for 3 people.
Shout out to the 3 people that watch it.
Yeah.
Woohoo! You guys.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom. Sorry
man.
about last week's episode.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. If they're going to watch us, I'm like, if you're not familiar with like Trailer Park Boys talk, at least you're gonna find this pretty raunchy.
Oh yeah. Well, no, last week was raunchy for me. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that was far by my standards, and I am a filthy human being. I'm greasy.
I walked in at the perfect time.
Oh yeah.
Podcast.
He walked in right as that story was coming to its
the look on my face.
to its wet conclusion.
Oh,
All right, we can move on from that. Let's not. So
Boy.
Yeah.
yeah,
So we made it.
we did.
It's been another week.
Woo!
We still don't know the guys' names from fucking MXC because no one looked it up.
Ah!
Oh wait, the host?
Yeah.
No, the host. Fuck.
No one looked it up. We didn't look it up last week after
No,
we talked
no.
about it. It's
Ken and
it's not. No, Chet You Betcha is from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yo, I know
Did you betcha from the?
yeah, Chet You Betcha is he's the newscaster on the
Oh, yeah,
Fairly
that's
Odd
Yeah,
right.
Fairly Odd Parents.
My brain is full of fucking useless information. That is garbage. Get that out of my brain. Please, replace that with anything intelligent. Why do I need to know who the fuck Chet You Betcha is? And Doug's Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
You know the one name, like the interview guy from MXC. His name's like on the tip of my tongue, and it's killing me.
It's
Kenny Blankenship and Vic
Kenny-
Romano.
that's it. Yeah. I was close. I got the Ken. Because I always remember hearing that, like literally at least once per
I
episode,
wanna
you'd hear,
watch that shit
"Right, you
now.
are,
It's
Ken."
So bad.
And the little interviewer guy, his name was Guy.
I didn't look that up.
Damn it!
I didn't look it up here.
Guy Namasaki or something?
No, it's
No,
something.
no. The field reporter is
Oh,
Guy
Guy Ledouche.
Guy Ledouche.
Yeah, but he pronounces
But they call
it
him
funny.
Guy. Yeah,
yeah,
they call
Guy
him Guy.
Ledouche. That's
And he
right.
was French, and it made it even better.
Yeah, he's like just voiced over by like a bad French impersonation, just like hitting on all the women, all the female contestants.
And then there's the captain.
The captain. Well, yeah, I don't think like they actually give
No,
him.
they
a
never
name.
gave him a name. He was just like headed out to the captain.
Yeah.
And he'd be giving, like, this
He'll
little
just be like,
speech.
"Let's go."
Let's go.
Let's get it on. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh God. Did anyone watch any of that this week? Because I didn't.
I watched some actually. I watched some like when I got back. When I got back home, Saturday, I watched a couple episodes and I was like, what a blast from the past.
Yeah.
And then I told myself I was going to watch more, but I got sidetracked by Trailer Park Boys, which is my new addiction.
yes.
Yeah, I love it. I literally just started watching it on a whim, and now it's just like, you know what it is? It's like the episodes are so short that it's way too easy to watch like a lot of them.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Because it's a good TV show.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's almost like back then they didn't have to try nearly as hard. They just did it, and it was funny, and it worked. And now they have to do all this bullshit to everything. And it's not that
Well,
funny
yeah, because
anymore.
everything's got to have like a uber deep plot and be super dark.
Yeah, it's got to keep
It's, like,
up
all
in the game,
forced.
otherwise ratings go stale. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's just like forced all
And
the time.
I will
don't
say,
know.
even like as a fan of Sunny, it's like even now I could see like, yeah, these later seasons are kind of like, they're either going a little too far overboard or they're just kind of like high on their own farts. But I mean, when I'm watching Trailer Park Boys, I'm definitely thinking like, wow, this is like Canadian, like the Canadian prequel to Sunny.
Yeah.
Like the greatest cartoon crossover in history would be Trailer Park Boys meets the
Sunny
That
It's
would
the
be
Sunny
awesome.
Cast.
That would be wild.
I can only imagine what would happen if you put Frank with the fucking Trailer Park Boys.
Dude, if I could see any one thing about, like, dude, fuck, like, discovering the meaning of the universe. I just want to see, like, Frank Reynolds interact with Ricky.
I mean, like, they had, like, Snoop Dogg and Sebastian Bach do it. Like, come on, make this happen.
Yeah, but those guys loved it because that's all they do is they sit around and smoke weed after a certain point.
Yeah, true.
So, of course, those guys were able to buy their way onto the show.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Snoop Dogg and them in that show literally bought their way onto the show.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All those guys did.
Yeah. I mean, basically, that guest appearance probably just, like, paid for
the season.
the entire season. Yeah.
That's pretty
And
wild.
whatever cars they disposed of by hacking the roof off it or whatever.
Yeah.
Spray painting it with I Love Dicks.
Was there a car they did that with?
Yeah, Cyrus's Corvette.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they spray paint like dick
Yep.
on it and whatever, and then like for literally any time the car shows up after that, he never gets it fixed. It's dick on.
Oh my god, that's wicked funny.
Yeah, because Bubbles puts. I think it's Bubbles who puts dick on the hood, and it's like got the big stupid hood scoop. It's like, see, it's like an arrow pointing to Cyrus.
What was the truck Bubbles got?
The
It was
truck?
it's like a Tilton Hilton pickup truck. It's like a little tiny, like a Zuzu or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, like a K truck. I don't remember.
Yep.
I might not have gotten that far yet. I'm on like season 5, I think.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah. So, sorry. So,
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Anybody? Oh, am I going first?
Yeah.
You're just saying yeah.
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 Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I did that. I had some appointments to run. That was, I don't know. It was appointments. It's not like really anything super interesting. Yeah. It was just, I took my mom to the eye doctor. She needs new glasses and stuff.
Oh, glasses.
Yeah, so nothing really exciting there. Yeah, watched Trailer Park Boys, did a bunch of chores, and then last night I went out with some friends, and I don't know what it is. I have a friend. I'm not going to mention his name, but for whatever reason, he always tries to drink me under the table. And the problem is that I weigh like 3 of him, so he just can't do it. And I think he also has a bit of a self-destructive streak because then as soon as he gets too far, it's like, you know what? We're already tumbling down the mountain. What's another shot gonna hurt? And it gets bad. So
that's what we call a drinking addiction.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't drink all that much, so I don't know, but I will say that like whenever we're having a good time, there's again, it's like once you get to a certain point, you basically have like a separate person, like drunk you, and then there's regular you, and you guys interact with each other subconsciously. Like you don't exist in the same space time. So, like sober.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
That's
Sober
wild.
me will have money in my wallet for drunk me, and then drunk me will buy me McDonald's or something. So that way I'm like, oh, thanks, drunk me. I really needed this. Or get like leftovers for like pizza or whatever, and I'll be like, man, drunk me rocks.
Yep.
So we just interact with each other. But yeah, I think everybody has that, and some people have friggin' demons in them.
I remember one time this girl I used to work with. She was like probably, I don't know. She was like young. She was like probably like 19.
Yeah.
And she's like, I could beat you in a drinking contest.
Oh no.
And I'm like, no, you couldn't. And she's like, yes, I can. I could definitely beat you. And I'm like, I don't know how I can prove this to you because I'm not going to give you all this alcohol to do this.
No.
But I'm going to somehow prove it to you.
Yeah.
And she was like, and then it got to the subject of if you throw up, if you fail or not. And I'm like, you can't vomit. If you vomit, you fail. You fail.
Yeah, that's it. Game over.
She's like, no, that doesn't count. And I'm like, yes, it does.
Okay.
It totally counts.
You know what? This is actually, I have to make this controversial statement because I think all of us at the table agree that puking is not fun.
No, it's not.
No. If you
While
puke,
drunk,
you lose.
yeah,
when
it
comes to
sucks. Yeah,
drinking.
that's like, okay, party's over. Now you got to like coordinate your sleeping positions.
What if
you know?
you puke and you end up and there's like literally no You do a perfect clean sweep. You are like at the toilet. There's no anything.
It doesn't matter. Like,
It still matter. I mean,
No,
it doesn't
you're
matter
just
that
done
way.
because
No,
at that point, like,
I'm
you
not
just
saying
feel
like you
garbage.
committed a party foul. Yeah. It's basically like
okay.
you're clocked out. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you've just depleted whatever energy you have left. Like I said, now it's time to work out sleeping positions. Like, okay, I'm gonna take the floor, you take the couch.
Yeah.
I'll sleep in the recliner. You know, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's it. But there are people out there, and I don't understand them, who are like, no, that's part of the fun. You do that, and then you keep going.
No.
And I am just, those people scare me.
Yeah. I mean, if you're that hardcore, like.
That is something, like you're an alien. Like
Dude,
I
those
don't
people
know.
are the worst because those are the same people who will puke and just leave it there and then go about their business.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And continue drinking and partying, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
that's the
motherfucker. No. If you puke, you're done. You're cut off.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Right.
What if
But-
it's like some like big Russian dude and he just drinks and maybe I guess he wouldn't even vomit. So like I'll get a better example. I don't know. Somebody who would vomit, but they would be able to do it like so that they don't throw up anywhere but the toilet and they just keep going and they don't pass out. They don't do anything wild.
No.
No.
Like that's the
like,
ultimate.
No,
like,
because that's alcohol abuse.
No, it is alcohol abuse. That's the scariest thing.
I mean,
though.
that's
So
what
at
I'm
that
saying.
point, I'm not picking up your dead body off the floor because you
Okay.
killed yourself off.
I will say
alcohol.
that is kind of badass, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
that's what I mean,
it's
in a way.
inhuman. It's inhuman. I
that's
think
what
is
I
really
mean,
what it
it's
is. I
inhuman.
can't relate to that.
It's-
You're basically an elephant or a zebra. Like
It's a
I
whole
can't.
other level.
I can no longer relate to you as a human being. You don't have feelings like me.
Yeah.
You are a drinking machine. Yeah.
Yeah. You're that's some. But there are people that do that, and I can't understand it. Like I you know, on the rare occasion I drink, it's like when I like actually drink to get kind of drunk, which happens like maybe once a month. Like I know my limit. I know when I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm done. Water
Yeah.
from here on out. That's it. Because
Yeah.
you get to that moment where you close your eyes and the world's moving. It's like, okay, you're fucked. This is it.
And
you,
we're done.
You need to stop. Yeah, because if you go any further from here, it's a very quick tumble. You are at the ledge overlooking the Grand
Yeah.
Canyon, and from here it's a straight drop. So don't do it. It ain't worth it. I think that's a sound advice for anybody.
It takes years of experience to develop. To
Yeah,
know exactly where
you learn
limit is.
yourself. Like you figure out like where you get cut off. Like, you know, we have a friend Tony, and he actually doesn't get drunk, so he could drink and drink and drink, but he just gets sick.
He says he
Yeah.
doesn't get drunk.
I
That's
don't
a
know,
lie.
man. I mean, I wouldn't
no
trust.
fucking
I
way.
would not trust him with a car. But like, of any person who gets drunk, he's the most salient. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
he definitely like he doesn't slur his words. He may get a little sweaty.
One time he was crawling on his back at my house, and he's like, "I'm not drunk. I'm just doing this so I don't throw up." And I'm like,
What?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, when did that happen?
This was a wild party. This was like,
Wild
remember
party.
the year that we had the snowstorm on Halloween?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I had a Halloween party at my house that night. There was like 30 people in the house. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah, I missed that one. I was in fucking Cleveland for training. I was disappointed.
there was
Oh, that's right.
there was a certain someone who shall remain nameless at that party who sucks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He like
Yeah.
me-
The
between me-
constant of the universe.
between,
Yes.
between me and him and like 2 or 3 other people, we had like the biggest bottle of Jack you could like get at the store.
Yeah. Like the big.
Yeah, that was gone.
jerry can.
That was gone in under 10 minutes.
Oh my
Fuck,
god.
dude.
Like it was completely gone.
Oh.
So, and then the power went out, and nobody could leave because everybody was snowed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a time.
That's like a nightmare. That actually is like if you set that in a cabin in the woods, like that is a horror movie scenario.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah,
Me?
you can't leave. You're all too drunk, and this guy's coming at you with a machete.
Yep. And it was me, the constant of the universe,
Yeah.
and Tony. All 3 of us puked in the same trash can,
Yeah, bros.
and we were
That's
so.
brothers in arms
I
right
was
there.
so fucked up that it didn't even bother me. I was like laughing about it when it happened. I thought it was funny. It was bad.
I
There was
can't.
no like.
God, dude.
It wasn't a mess. I don't think anybody threw up anywhere other than a trash can.
See, that's good then. Yeah.
But me me and Tony and him all threw up in the same bag, the same trash can. Like, not at the same time. Not at the same
okay.
time.
See, that's the thing. Like, you guys were like pigs at a trough, like just. And I'd be like, yeah, see, that's brothers in arms right there. You're each holding each other's hair back.
Brothers.
That's the image I had in mind. So that's
Band of brothers.
Band
like,
of brothers.
oh.
Yeah. That's
how you make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks that like you had to do that with one of the two supermassive black holes of the universe,
But so we were.
or the Milky Way galaxy.
So we all were snowed into the house, and we ended up drinking quite a bit. And at one point, Tony was fucking on his, like, almost doing like the
Like the crab walk kind of thing.
kind of a. No, actually, no. He was like he was laying on his back, and he was just like had his arm crossed. He was just pushing himself.
Oh yeah.
backwards with his legs.
Yeah.
And that was to.
And he's like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel drunk. I'm just doing that. So I'm just doing that so I don't throw up.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah. No. I think Tony's lying.
You
Yeah,
guys
I'll be
are
100%
feeling
with
that.
you.
I'm sure he is. It's just he's like one of the few that like if you're messed up and he's messed up, he will convince you he's not messed up.
Yeah, of course.
Because he's
It's
just
true, yeah.
he is a master of his work. Like that dude's gonna be a politician someday. I swear to God.
Yeah.
If not, he's gonna
I
be
don't
a
know about that.
politician impersonator because he does an excellent Obama.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Tony's Obama.
Oh yeah.
But,
The breaks and everything. Like the I don't know what you call those, but when he does like the pauses, yeah. There's
Between
a
sentences, yeah.
word for that, but I don't know what it is.
well, it's the pause so the teleprompter can scroll some.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah,
But,
so- yeah. See, I don't know what that phrase is called in psychology, but I know the name of
Yeah.
fucking Chet You Betcha from Failure Odd
it's
Parents.
supposed to be some,
God damn it.
some like deep conversational intelligent thing, but he's just waiting for the fucking prompter.
Yeah, that's
He pauses
badass.
to let the audience hear what he's saying, so that they really no.
No.
He's just waiting for the thing to go. Bzzz.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear me take pauses in my sentences, that's usually what happened. I'm waiting for the prompter in my head to move.
Yeah, that's what happens to me all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can only process like one screen at a time.
Well, yeah, because I have a motor mouth, but a hamster on a wheel for a brain. So I'm just constantly out talking my own thought process. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good.
No.
But yeah, so today I'm a little. I'm not really hungover, but you know, like that feeling where it's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
I feel like a 6 out of 10 right now. Like
that's usually my second day of a hangover.
Yeah, oh yeah, like if you're really hungover, that's like day 2 is like,
Yeah.
okay, I can go do stuff, but I'm gonna be grumpy about it.
Yep.
But yeah,
I
no,
don't
it
miss
was-
that.
No,
I don't miss that
don't-
at all.
I
Like,
really don't either. Like I used to do this a lot, and now I'm just like, this sucks.
Actually.
I don't really like this.
I mean, I stopped years ago just because like I was looking at the receipts
Oh, that's
and
painful.
you're like
yeah,
looking at it and
yeah.
you're just like, dude, that's so much fucking
It's a
money.
yeah, it sucks.
And I want to play more with race cars.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, because you got like real expensive hobbies. So, I mean, even
Yeah.
for someone like me, it's just like I would just rather be putting gas in my car than guzzling this shit down.
I don't do it enough, so I could literally just go to the liquor store, buy like 3 nips, and
Dude, he was just
Yeah.
saying.
be completely
yeah.
wasted. Like,
The benefit of not doing it a lot is that at some point, like
You only
lose
need
that,
like 2-3 beers and you're feeling it and you're feeling good.
Yeah, dude, being
I
a
mean, I
lightweight.
get it. It sucks being a lightweight to an extent, but at the same time, you just kind of got to look at all those people. I'm like, and you spent how much money on Bud Light?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's right. You spent so much money to buy like 330 racks and you drank for one night? All right, yeah.
Ugh.
Good
yeah,
job.
True, yeah.
That's sad. Oh,
Just because
dude.
you went to a bar and drank Bud Light. Yeah. No,
Ugh.
fuck that, dude.
Oh yeah, you go
mean,
to
that's
the bar and
miserable.
you literally 1 beer is that cost of those 3 nips. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That's where it gets like
that's depraved.
buying it at a place is like the worst.
Yeah.
Like going to the liquor store is like one thing, but buying it at like restaurants and bars, it's brutal.
Oh god, it's so fucking
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah, it sucks. But
It's like
Yeah,
adding
so-
another half of a meal onto your bill. It's like,
oh
what?
yeah, sometimes
Really?
it's worse. Yeah, like you can get like a $10 meal, but then have like a $12 drink tab just
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
got some
it's-
foofy thing.
Yep, it's terrible.
But
I mean, last time I went drinking at a bar, I drank 4 Coronas. Like, just 4 Coronas. And it was like $30.
Dang.
And I'm sitting here going like,
For Coronas.
yeah, for like good old Corona Extra.
Mexican piss water.
Yeah. And you're just kind of looking at it, you're like, wow, I could have just bought 230 racks for that price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
it's
fuck,
nuts.
dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I can't drink and like wear off and then it wears off and I have the rest of the day. Like if I want to feel better, I have to just go to bed. I
Yeah,
either
yeah.
have to keep drinking.
Oh yeah, no, it's like you basically just have to sleep. Like that's the reset button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like there's no way I could ever be like a person who drinks in like the afternoon because the rest of the day, my entire day would be like ruined.
This is also
Yeah,
like
you'd have to
something
keep drinking.
I
Yeah.
fundamentally don't understand about alcoholics. Is like, you get that hangover, you feel like crap the next day. What the fuck makes you want to be like, oh, let's do it again tonight? Like, I can't.
It's called
wrap
you just
my-
keep drinking so you don't feel it.
But it takes a while to get to that point.
Yeah,
takes a
no,
while.
it does.
Just to get
It does.
to the point of where you're like can even like look at alcohol the next day and not want
God,
to vomit.
I
That's what
just-
That's when you are an alcohol.
I know,
You are
yeah.
an alcohol.
Yeah. You become Jim Leahy. You are the booze.
Yeah.
I actually have one more cool drinking story.
Oh, go on. Go on. Mine aren't ever very cool, so
So if they ever hear this,
they.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
My aunt and uncle have a
no.
house on the Cape.
Oh.
So sometimes when they're not there, they're at their place here or whatever. Sometimes like our other families will go to their house on the Cape for like the weekend or whatever.
Right.
And one weekend, this was, my God, like at least like probably like 10 years ago.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we went there, and I had discovered that they had a liquor cabinet.
Oh boy. Yeah.
It was in my prime of experimentation. So,
Oh no.
oh yeah, also, and we went to that day we went to the liquor store beforehand. So I had this like fifth of Crown Royal,
Ugh.
which I drank all of that, and I didn't feel much of anything. Like I was really like not.
Jesus.
I may have like had a buzz, but I wasn't like at all drunk at all.
Okay.
And then I realized there was a liquor cabinet.
no.
So I took, and I didn't know what everything tasted like back then. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a shot of everything,
Oh no.
everything in here, every last bottle in here, unless it's like I don't know, two of the very similar things. But
Oh.
I did it. I took all of it, and I didn't vomit.
How?
I,
You must
I
have
woke
felt
up-
like crap
I
the
woke
next
up
day,
on
though.
the bathroom floor, but I remember being I can't sleep when I'm drunk. So
Yeah.
like I'll know if I like vomit or whatever. So
Yeah.
I literally just kind of like woke up like in the bathroom, sitting on the floor with a bottle in my hand,
Oh my god.
and yeah,
Damn.
I was like, whoa,
Yeah, you really did have a Jim
and
Leahy
I
moment.
felt like absolute death the next day.
Oh yeah,
course.
it's
Like,
hellish. Yeah.
it was brutal.
Mixing all that shit. Yeah.
That
you
was one of
just
the
feel-
worst
oh, God.
hangovers probably ever.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
No, it's still to this day actually one of the worst hangovers was at one of the parties at your house. It was the first time we had schnapps.
Oh,
That
God.
was the worst hangover. That stuff is that is poison.
Do you remember the night that we went to that stupid club before a concert?
Yes.
And that's what I fucking drank that night.
Yes.
So I had to go to I think it was Mayhem Fest,
Yeah.
Fuck.
an all-day metal concert the next day,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to get drunk drinking peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, which is snacks. For those who have never had it, it's
This is the worst hangover you will ever have.
well, yeah, because first of all, it's like super sweet.
Yeah,
but
it's full of
also
sugar.
crazy strong.
Yeah,
like-
it is.
You get like McGillicuddy's or what is that? I don't know what the stuff we had was, but it was 100 proof. So it's like you don't, but you don't taste it. You don't taste it at
No,
all.
because it just tastes like you're drinking like mouthwash or something.
yeah.
Like,
It's scary, and
It's all the sugar in it that gets you really fucked up like that.
oh yeah, yeah,
And you end up just being like
it's
extra miserable from.
awful.
yeah,
Yeah, I can only imagine.
yeah. Those are
Fuck.
that's poison.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that to yourself.
The
Everything
most,
about that screams poison.
Yeah.
I remember the most I ever drank at one point.
God, now we're just coming across like a bunch of boozers.
I know,
Like,
I know.
Jesus.
Like it's
We're not. I didn't
This
mean
is
to
like a-
open Pandora's box
this is like
here,
a,
but
like a section on our crazy stories from back in the day because none of us do this anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we're all pretty much like
I don't
normal.
ever-
We all
I
act
never
like
drink
washed
anymore.
up
Yeah,
like
yeah.
losers now. And it'll be like, oh yeah, I had 3 beers. I'm feeling a great buzz. Yep, good. We're gonna keep it that way.
Oh, dude, I usually like I'll just have one beer and play some Halo, and then be like, yeah, you know what, I'm done
Yeah.
for the night.
I've stopped so much I don't like the taste of it at all anymore.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can drink is like Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
So I can drink the Jack Daniels, I can drink the Crown Royal, I can drink some of the hard liquor, but like a beer, I'm just like, you know what? I would rather just have a Pepsi.
You know what I think part of it is? This is gonna sound kind of weird. I think we just like have lost shit to celebrate. Like and
Yeah.
everything was like, oh, dude, I got this, I did this. It was like, yeah, let's have a party.
Let's get
But
drunk.
nowadays, I'm like, I paid my property taxes. Like, there's nothing to celebrate anymore. It's just like whatever.
That's why I always
Yeah.
try to have a party in December because like me and there's one other or a friend, Tommy, his birthday is very
Oh,
close to
yeah, yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
So I basically I do it just to get everybody to hang out like and party and shit. I don't even care that it's a birthday. It's literally just like a party.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody come over and let's go.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point like now where it's like, nah, my idea of a party is like hanging out on like the back deck with a grill,
Yeah.
like shooting the shit, and maybe having like a Coors Light or
Working on a car on the car.
something. Yeah, working on the car or like pretending to help work on a car. Or
Getting being the one who sits
Pretending,
there and
right?
just takes
being
all
the one who
yelling.
breaks the tool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Being
awesome.
the emotional support buddy while they're fixing the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Oh no,
that-
no! There's nothing emotionally supportive about my help. I'm an emotional antagonist.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Just
have
ask.
to be.
Yeah,
Emotionally abusive.
yeah.
You have to be
It's
able to
fun,
learn
though.
to laugh at a situation, especially when you're in it, because if you don't, your friends are gonna laugh at you and think
Hey,
it's
well,
This is
hilarious.
true. This is
What
true.
would you do if I dropped this 10 mil in the engine bay? Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah,
I was trying to get this stupid.
We'll just hear metal pinging somewhere under the hood, and we'll be like, "What was that?" It's like nothing.
I don't remember what the hell it was because I was getting so mad at it. I was on the Suburban. Ian was over and he was like laughing so hard.
Oh, Ian's like the worst antagonist too.
trying to
He
think of
can
what
really
I-
fucking.
I can't remember. It was something really, really like stupid and funny, so that's why I was laughing at it. It was
He
like-
does have like a really like boisterous and
It was
infectious
like,
laugh.
It was
though.
like a hose clamp was like down really far on like a hose or something, and I couldn't get it up the hose just because it was bent. So it was
Oh,
like
yeah,
it was
you
like
can't,
stuck
like-
on itself, and I'm there
God.
just. It had like like as much play as you can have, and it's still stuck. And I'm like, come on!
Oh,
Yeah, see,
fuck,
that's,
yeah.
And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna laugh about this for a minute, and then I'm gonna
yeah.
go
yeah.
back to it. So
Usually, I just learn to like kind of laugh at it while I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, "Ah, fuck
yeah.
this. This is stupid.
you can get so mad so easily working on
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Well, to me, I find it fun to get mad. So like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of times, like I'm just doing it to myself.
There's a certain level of it that's like fun. getting
Yeah,
mad
yeah.
at
Oh
it,
yeah. I
but-
mean, like if you actually like, I always feel bad. Like we make fun of the shitbox life. We're like, yeah, it's kind of fun. But like the poor people that actually have to like live in that, not poor as in destitute, but I mean like the unfortunate people who have to like, oh yeah, their number one car is a 2001 PT Cruiser.
Yeah,
Like,
that sucks.
that's and like I gotta fix this thing before I get to work. And it's like,
Yep.
that sucks. Like that, you can't have fun being mad at that.
Yeah.
No.
Because you don't
Yeah.
have like an alternate form of transportation. You actually have to rely on this piece of shit.
Yeah, if you're gonna buy a shitbox, buy one that you can at least like.
Yeah.
No.
Or have like a reliable set of wheels.
Yeah.
otherwise.
That's the
yeah,
rule with
yeah.
like shit boxes. You have to have something that's reliable.
Yeah.
Preferably like less than 5 years old.
Yeah.
Like, but
It just can't be
reliable.
your main car. Yeah, it just
Right,
can't
right.
be your main.
I would say
Yeah.
like, between even up to like 10 years, depending on the car. It's
They have a
just,
CRV that's like. under
yeah, I was going to say,
100,000
your
miles.
CRV is getting pretty up there now.
It's under 100,000 miles still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but those will keep
Yep.
going. It's fucking Honda.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as
going.
you just keep them.
It's
Going,
still got
going,
probably like 200 at least 1,000 miles left.
You
in
should
it,
just
so-
get into the EG life. Go get an EG or an EK.
Oh yes, that would be. fucking
I'd love an
Ooh.
EG. I think an EG would be fucking baller.
Yeah, it would be.
Especially with like a build B16, that'd be so much fun. Just like the
Yeah.
OG style. But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, all the I work with like kids that want to like get project cars and shit, and they want to talk about like being their car be a project car, and I'm like,
No, you don't want that.
don't do it.
Don't
I'm
do it.
telling
Yeah.
you, don't.
I mean, unless
it.
you still live with your parents and they are willing to ferry you to anywhere you need to go on a moment's
no.
notice, it ain't. You're not doing it.
You got to have one car that works,
Yeah.
and if you have that, then the next car.
It doesn't even have to necessarily be a car. Like if you live somewhere where it's warm enough that you can have like a bike or a scooter year round, like
Yeah.
okay, then that can be your You just have to have something that always works,
Yeah.
that you can always count on. Because if you don't have that, like how the fuck are you gonna get to the auto parts store?
Yeah.
You gonna walk it?
Yeah. All reliable.
Yeah, yeah. So
I wish
I don't know
could
how we
say-
got here. Fucking what the hell just happened?
Yeah, because you were talking about getting drunk with your friends or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Where
Oh.
it went to.
No, that was really it. It wasn't like I feel like I did kind of throw my friend under the bus. So if he does listen to this, you did actually drink me under the table. You just kept going because at some point I knew I had to stop, and you just kept going. So hats off to you. Thank you for going there, but I'm so glad it wasn't me.
Get fucked.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes you know what, he'll get this. Sometimes it really do be like that. so that was my week. But how about you? How about you guys?
Yeah. I've been busy running around doing bullshit.
Yeah.
As always.
We did the Sifu stream Wednesday.
Yeah, we did that Wednesday. That was fun. That ended up being a good one.
Yeah, that game fucking rocks.
Well, we had the house clean, and then we did pictures Thursday.
That's what it was. Pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And apparently that took like 5 hours.
Holy shit.
Well, they did the whole 3D walk around for the entire house. So you got to take like 1,000 fucking pictures.
Yeah, and you
for
kind of
that.
like mesh them together and stuff.
Yeah, and then it all meshes together. Like it's basically like you stand in like one spot, and then you take like pictures for a 360 degree, and then you move like 5 feet in one direction and take pictures in like 300. It takes a long time.
Yeah, you're basically building like an old school like PC dungeon crawler from the 80s, except with photos of like a modern house.
Yeah. So did that. That's been a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously just, going back and forth to work, blah, blah, blah. I was coming home. So obviously I've done more stuff like the last few days. It was just like cleaning the house and getting all that ready
Right.
for open houses coming next weekend. So,
Right.
but so because it's Labor Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
That means it's the last Flex Friday at work where you get the flex off early and they just cover your time.
Oh,
You don't have to make up 2 hours.
Oh.
They just give it to you. But they only do it in the summertime. Well, so I leave early, right? And I'm coming home at 1:14, and like fucking a van catches on fire, like a minivan catches on fire. And it's just like, son of a bitch. Because
Yeah,
at that point, like the commute already takes over an hour because of just idiots in traffic.
Right.
And like for whatever reason, because it's Labor Day weekend and it's that Friday, like there was 3 other accidents on my way home too.
Jesus.
And like I feel bad for the people who lost the car. Like don't get it twisted. But like it happened. It's right there. Like it wasn't like they pulled over enough, but like they were still semi in the road. And because it happened, like I was just kind of going along, and I want to say like I was about a quarter of a mile from it when I started seeing the black smoke from when it first went up.
man.
So like I ended up getting stuck there for like a half an hour in between the van and EMS. Like there was literally like 2 cars between me and like this van on fire. So I was like, yeah, cool. I get to watch the fire department come and put it all down. But like the cops were there instantly, and then they just stopped traffic altogether. And it's just like, oh, cool. Wait for the fire department to show up. And like, thankfully, it doesn't take long to put out a cart. And like, it was only like 2 miles from the Middleton Fire Department. So
It
was
so they
pretty
got
fast.
there pretty quick.
But regardless, like, what a pain in the ass.
It does kind of suck. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you got all this free time.
The
and it's
last
like, you
day I
have
get to
waste
leave
it.
early. Fuck.
Yeah.
And then as I'm coming home, like traffic was just like extra bad, extra bad, and just like more like 2 more accidents on the way. Like, oh my god,
Jesus.
like there was one. I don't know what happened. Dude hit the guardrail right over here next to the state line because I take what is it 47 where you cut out. It's the last exit before the state line where you merge onto 213.
Yeah.
But I take that exit and then cut across back roads to get to Pelham through through all that shit. And fucking,
it might be exit 48.
I
I
think-
don't know. Whatever. Keep going.
yeah.
Sorry.
Regardless, but like about a mile before that, this dude hit the guardrail in like a Cadillac, just like a sedan,
Yep.
whatever, an older one, probably about 10 years old. And then there's like 2 more cars in front of him pulled over, and there's 2 cars on the other side pulled over, and they're just walking back and forth across 3 lanes on 93 in rush hour
What
traffic.
the fuck? That's maniacal.
And it's like you just kind of look at those people, and you're like, every single one of you, like you fucking people.
You people.
Like you know exactly what I'm saying. You just look at them and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, technically. Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. don't offer bad legal advice. It's not good.
200 points.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's no crosswalk. You
Oh
get points for
my
hitting them.
Yeah. It's just like, bro, how stupid you gotta be.
Yeah,
But
that
anyways,
is fucking dumb.
regardless, that was like the commute from hell. And then obviously just kind of doing some running around last night. Ended up going to went out to Red Robin again with my parents for dinner.
Oh dang.
Bro, yeah, we went Saturday after you left. Saturday
Ah,
night last
fuck.
week.
Yep. Yeah, we went.
Damn.
Yeah, but we left here at like 9 o'clock.
Oh,
because
shit.
the idea
Oh,
was
okay.
is like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
you want to
that
go
was
to
fun.
Red Arrow and get some pie, get some dessert?
Mm.
And we got there and Red Arrow's fucking closed on Saturday night because they don't have enough staff. And that's the one in Nashua. So go figure, it's the same for the one here in Londonderry and all the others.
Yeah, I do know that like the only one that's still open like consistently 24 hours is the one in Manchester.
Yeah, but that's not every day anymore.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, but that whatever. Regardless,
Is it not every day anymore? The Manchester one?
no,
I guess not. I don't know.
Everyone's hurting for staff. That's why.
Yeah.
But regardless, so we did that Saturday night after you'd left, and then we went again last night, and we had the same waitress, and it was like slow again. But at one point, my dad's like, he literally pulls the waitress aside, and he's like, "Are you the only one in here?" Because this lady's the waitress for everyone. Obviously, there's the helpers running out the food like it was last time.
Yep.
But at the same time, like this lady's like sitting here doing everything, and she's running the bar also.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
And like,
Wow.
I'm not gonna say the restaurant was busy, but there was about 15 tables
Well,
across the restaurant with one waitress who's
Right.
also running the bar making drinks.
right. I mean,
Yeah,
it could be
that's
10
nuts.
tables, and that's a lot for one person. Fucking A.
That's
That's a huge workload.
that's misery. That's absolute misery. And like that kind of explains why service wasn't so good. So I feel bad for her. Like I'm not gonna lie, like service was pretty slow, kind of sucked, but you know what? Learning what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what's even worse is like that's just the day and age we live in now with a lot of this stuff.
That's a Friday night, right? Last night.
Yeah.
You did. Holy shit.
Friday night,
That's crazy.
We got there like 8:30.
Dang. Wow.
So it was just like one waitress on. Apparently, it was dead for a little while, and they sent all the other waitresses home
I see.
except for one. So
Oh,
oh well.
Yeah.
that's a Vorkuta like
Yeah. For Kuda play.
that's a Vorkuta problem.
I will say though, like I've actually the reason I haven't been to Red Robin in a long time is because I usually go to that one in Manchester, at the mall, and it doesn't matter how many people are there, how many servers there are, it just takes forever to get food.
Yeah.
They have never one time got my order right at the one in Manchester.
Really?
Ever.
Well,
Not
so-
one time.
So what's crazy about that is like way back, like we're talking way back. The FedEx crew used to go there on Friday nights after the Friday night shift and everything, like late at night, and I'd go with
I
them.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was before you were working there. Before I worked there
Yeah.
for a while. But like, cause we're talking like I was like out, like fresh out of college. So we're talking like 2012 or something.
Oh, geez,
when
yeah,
that
wow.
one first
Yeah,
opened,
yep.
and like that was like the only good time. Like it was good there because it was like the opening crew, like the opening team that
You're
like,
right,
opens
right.
up new restaurants. So like everyone there was on the ball and it was working great. And then like those people left and it just like tanked. It tanked so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and then they opened the B-dubs. And we started going over to the B-dubs because like the opening crew from Red Arrow or from Red Robin went over to the B-dubs. And then like they all left the B-dubs after like 2 months. After
yeah,
it
now
was, like,
that
open
place
and running.
is also slow as
Okay,
balls.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like hot take. Buffalo Wild Wings kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Is
Not
way
gonna
too
lie.
expensive for what it is.
it sucks.
Their really wings are really not that good.
No.
So like way back, even before they opened the one here, they had a completely different supplier of wings that was way better, and then they
Yep.
swapped to the supplier that they've used for a long time now, which just uses like those big fatty wings.
Yeah,
and, so, and like I
that's
hate
the
that.
problem. I don't
Um,
like that.
Yeah. They used to be really good, and they had like the small wings, like you
Yeah,
know,
the small
like,
ones.
you know
Yeah,
the
yeah.
small ones that like I don't mind paying like 50 cents a wing when they're small and they're good.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
these big old honking like fatties like that just like suck and oh
Yeah.
god, no, it's not even a good wing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And their boneless chicken is basically just like Tyson nuggets or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I'm glad we all understand.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
philosophy
and then
of
you
good
pay
wings.
like $32 for like this plate, and it's like, I mean, I guess it's a lot of food, but I don't know, $32.
A lot of food that I'm not going to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're talking about buffalo wings, all right?
Yeah.
We're talking buffalo wings. This is something that like all of us like how like this is one of those things where it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat like 30 wings and a mountain of fries and drink a bunch of beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will literally go to a place just for wings if they have good wings.
Yeah.
That's like the whole reason I'll go to the place.
Dude,
Yeah.
I will say now that like at one point I discovered the miracle of just like I don't even do like proper chicken tenders. Like I don't make them. I just buy the frozen ones.
Yep.
But I got the perfect bowl and some Sweet Baby Rays. Just toss them and
Yep.
make your own. It's
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
swear to
sweet.
God, it's that is my favorite. Like I'm too lazy to actually make a proper dinner food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Is like, yeah, you know what? I can make some homemade fries in the air fryer, and I can do this chicken in the air fryer. Perfect.
Yeah.
The boneless wings is always like the go-to.
Yeah.
When you do your chicken wings in the air fryer, do you put a little bit of peanut oil on them?
Well, because I just get like the frozen ones that are pre-breaded. I don't have to. But like if I did bone-in wings, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
If you do bone-in wings, just get like a brush and brush a little bit of peanut oil on them. That's like the missing factor that like,
Right.
the air fryer can't compete
right,
with.
because it
'cause
doesn't like,
get the peanut oil flavor.
yeah. Well, it just doesn't really like. Otherwise, they come out dry too. Like you
Yeah.
don't get a lot of oil in general.
Yeah, air fryers are like next level for some stuff, but like on some things, like it's like 90%. It's just missing that one thing, and like wings is one of those things where like it's just missing that taste of peanut oil.
Yeah.
That's what it's missing.
If you want to do hand-cut fries in an air fryer, I did learn this. Same thing. You have to. So what I'll do is I'll have like a bowl, and I'll put like some oil in it, salt and pepper, and like
Yeah.
whatever seasoning I want on it, and just toss them before you put them in the air fryer, because then they have all that oil on them, and it kind of cooks in, and it becomes like a regular deep fried
Yeah,
potato stick.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is good shit.
I love air fryers, but like they need that, and like I understand that defeats the purpose of having an air fryer and getting rid of the whole oil.
Oh,
but it's
see,
like
to me, it's the
nah, bro. It's missing that little bit.
To me, it's not even that. It's I use the air fryer because it's fucking convenient.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, cool. Now I don't have to go through like all this prep work and heat the oil
Yep.
or like go outside and do this. Like, no, man, you just take that basket out, push the power button, and set the timer. You're good.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's it. It's magical.
yeah, no. But yeah, other than that, I went and bought a truck.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yes.
Yeah. So
Hell
I,
yeah.
I basically I have to go finish paperwork and finance stuff, and then officially trade my STI in on Monday. Needless to say, went over to Patriot Nissan and bought a Frontier Pro 4X.
Oh, dude,
Hell
that's
yeah.
pretty sweet.
Got it in Baja Pearl, so it's like that sand, but it's pearlescent. Looks
Oh,
really
that's
nice.
awesome.
But yeah, I can literally say I've bought a car in a showroom. I'm like, I want that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's one of those things. Like, yeah, it may not be no like supercar or race car or anything, but I went in there and I went, I want that one,
Yep.
and I got that one.
That's cool.
So yeah, pretty much their finance guy called out today, so they couldn't do any of that paperwork stuff. So I was like, all right, well, whatever, just come back Monday.
Good.
We'll see.
Good.
But yeah, now it's like I got to do some of the other stuff and everything, and then come to find out, it's like, all right, well, you need to get the payoff information, and everything from the loan center from your bank, and I had ended up using Fifth Thirds or 5/3, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
I ended up using them for the STI, and like I'm on the phone with them because it's the only way I could get anything, because like I couldn't just go into my online account and be like, hey, just give me a statement. Just give me a statement with all the information on it, because for whatever reason, even though you have paperless billing and all this shit, it doesn't like generate a statement to just like give you this information. Like that's what I need. Fuck off. Anyways, So I'm on the phone with them, and they're like, "Yeah, so our loans department is closed until Tuesday." It's like, you motherfuckers. So I get the feeling I'm gonna go back on Monday, and it's gonna be like, "Yep, we can't do anything with your car because they're closed." Bowser, hush.
What is that?
Until Tuesday, but we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I'm
Hush,
excited for
hush,
you.
hush,
I know
hush,
you've been looking to scoop a nice pickup for a while. So.
Yeah.
and that thing does look. He showed me some pictures of it, and, or at least of the one that he wants to get, and
Yeah.
it looks pretty hype.
No, I put a deposit down and it's got my name on it.
Hell yeah.
But the thing is shout out to Patriot Nissan over in Salem because among others, they were literally like, yeah, nope, we don't do markups.
That's awesome.
No dealer markup. We don't do that.
That's badass.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
And they played fair with money.
That's
so
good.
on the SCI. So it was like, all right, cool, sweet, thanks.
Right
I'll take
on.
it. So that's good. So
Yeah.
that'll be hoping Monday, but I get the feeling because of the bank that the STI is under, it's gonna be one last kick in the fucking ass from that car. I swear to God. But
It's
yeah,
gonna go out with a bang.
yeah, I know, right? One last pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because it's all that car's ever been for whatever fucking reason. It's fun, but just like fuck. Anyways. Yeah. So I've got that going, and then pretty much that's about it. Other than I did end up getting one of the new OLED model switches. Just Splatoon's next week, and then Bayonetta's coming in, like pretty much for Halloween. And then there's one other one coming later this year for Switch.
We got Pokemon.
No,
Probably
there's
by the-
another one because I don't play Pokemon anymore. But
I
I
was
don't
gonna say,
know.
when is
whatever.
there not a Pokemon game coming out at this
I'm
point?
trying to actually
Yeah.
think what you're talking about.
I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not going to lose my mind over it.
Crisis Core Reunion.
Was that on Switch? I thought that
Yep.
was on PlayStation.
No, it's on everything.
Then maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. But regardless, yeah, because I'm still working on like the whole hack Switch thing, and like that's going to be for some stuff. But at the same time, I still need a legitimate Switch because like
Yeah, you can't-
Splatoon's coming up next week. And like obviously we're all in a bunch of different Discords and everything like that. A couple of the ones that I hang out in, like they play Splatoon religiously still. So it's like, all right, yeah. So every time Splatoon comes out, it's like, all right, yeah, let's play some Splatoon.
Yeah.
Plus that game, like, yeah, it may be aimed at kids, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, it's a pretty original concept, I would say. So that's the fun part about it to me.
When everything's sub 5 minutes a match and it goes so fast and it's just like fun, yeah, why not? Why not? What are you doing?
What is up?
Bowser just wants in on this.
Yeah, he's just
What?
gonna keep talking. But yeah, that's about it for my week. I don't know what you guys got.
I got a few things.
All right.
Cool.
So, freaking. Oh, there goes my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. What is up with you, dog?
Bowser, relax.
Wednesday classes started back up for me.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm in a CAD camp for manufacturing.
Nice.
Sweet.
For me to get in that class, I had to test out of a class. So I tested out of basic machining practices. I got an A on that, so
So you don't even have to take it, right? It's like
Yep,
a
I
thing
don't
you
have
get
to take
skip.
it.
Nice.
Yep.
Pretty sweet.
basically just hit the skip button on that.
No, that's really good. Like testing out of classes is fucking excellent.
Yeah.
And you can just sit there and look at it and be like, that's not coming out of my bank account.
Yep.
I mean, the good thing is work covers the cost of the class.
Yeah.
But
All right, sit down.
All right, Bowser's in the show now.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Bowser.
the bud.
Well, apparently mom was brushing him after I brushed him this morning, so that's probably why he's
feels
all
very
like,
clean.
"Ooh."
Is that what I saw outside? I saw some fluffy bits.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's either dryer lint or Bowser's blowing his coat.
Yeah, that's Bowser. Well, he's getting groomed in a couple days, so
Ah, okay.
But
he can get his haircut. All right. Don't be licking yourself.
Yeah, we don't need to.
We
have
don't
the
need to
whole
see that on
world
camera.
Lick your balls. We know you
Anyways,
can do
Jeremy.
it.
But there was also Ring of Powers, Lord of the Rings Ring of Powers
Yeah.
started. Watched
What is that?
that last night.
Amazon's doing a Lord of the Rings show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which I started it and then I didn't get to finish the first episode. Djibouti did a stream. Like those guys. I love watching those guys on their Twitch channel. Those guys are funny as fuck. But they did like a watch party their Amazon for it. And like from what I've seen, like all right, it was interesting, but I've heard that thing has got some really, really mixed reviews.
It is mixed. I'll say that.
Like it's got a lot of fives and it's got a lot of ones, and there's no in between.
I think a lot of people, and honestly, I can understand. A lot of people thought there was going to be more action involving with this series.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Don't get me wrong, I kind of would like that.
It'll probably get to it though.
But this is like story building now because of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, but this is supposed to tell the story of how the rings were made, like all the rings in the Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Well, I guarantee
okay.
you, like the first couple episodes are just set up because there's what 2 out now.
Yeah,
Enough.
and there's
Get over here.
Bowser's being a moody teenager right now.
Yeah, he is. No, we're not doing this right now.
We need to mic him up.
Yeah.
Ave.
He wants to tell us his week.
But
Maybe he's saying his opinion.
but
Wait a minute, hold on.
oh wait, you haven't finished the first episode.
Yeah,
yet,
no,
so-
no, no, no. I just started it, so.
Because I made a reference and everybody was like, "Oh my god, you're right." I won't spoil it for you,
All right, I'll have to go back and finish it.
but it was just one of those references that everybody laughed at when I mentioned it.
Yeah.
So I have a question about that because
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about Lord of the Rings like lore, but I know it's huge because like the writer there, Tolkien, like he had like a bazillion notes and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it like based off of his writings again, or is it kind of like they're sort of just playing with the
I think
the little story they tell at
think-
the start of the book?
I think Ring of Powers is based off a book that he wrote.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, one of the other ones.
Yeah,
I see.
and it's pretty much just a telling of how all the rings were made for.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nope.
Well, because I didn't know like if it would be like, I don't know, because every time you see stuff like that, it's like some studios they try to do like, oh, we're gonna make it like gritty and edgy, or like, oh yeah, well since it's on demand, we can put sex in it, and it's like, well, I mean, Lord of the Rings doesn't really ever strike me as a franchise like that.
Yeah. no.
And I will say, I don't think that's ever going to happen because
Good.
it's probably going to get violent.
Oh yeah, I mean, right.
I mean,
Lord of
second-
the Rings.
well,
second
yeah, and
episode
that's
did
like
get
the
violent,
big
so
war
we'll
of.
see.
Yeah, because I mean, again, really, all I know is like the movies, and then I think I read the book, The Hobbit. Bowser, why are you such a mischief maker?
Just because.
Sorry, he knocked something over there, and but I know like that tale of like that, like they describe it at the start of like the movie where it's like, oh yeah, there were. I don't know the actual numbers anymore, but it was something like nine rings.
Nine rings to the men, 5 to the dwarves, 3 to the elves, and then there were Saurons.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm surprised I even remembered that.
I was about to say I don't really know it. I never really read a lot of books. I wasn't that into Lord of the Rings. I like the movies, but like Epos Vox, which is I know as you guys are looking to start streaming and stuff like that, you should go watch his channel. There's a reason why everyone calls him the OBS doctor.
Oh,
He
okay.
teaches all his videos teach you everything from like anything and everything and like as much detail as you want to go on how to use OBS. But whenever he does microphone reviews, that's his exact passage that he tests all his mics on. Is like the 9 rings to the humans, the 5 to the
Wow,
dwarves.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I know that it's almost like a cult. Like, I mean, every fandom's kind of like that, right? Like they have like the super fans, like the. I mean, I
ruin
don't
it
want to
for
call them.
everyone
No, because like Lord of the Rings, I feel like they don't ruin it. For
No, Lord of the
everybody.
Rings they don't, but like a lot of them they do. Like just look at Rick and Morty.
Oh God, that's fucking AIDS.
The
yeah, it
fans
is
have
the worst.
straight up ruined that show.
Ugh, it's awful. Yeah. But no, like,
AIDS.
it is like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings, and then I think like Star Trek. Like both of those groups, it's like they don't really ever ruin it for anybody. They're just kind of like they're like a religious cult.
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
know every little aspect of everything about it, and it kind of freaks me out. But I also have some respect for that.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you know what? You picked the one like. What Matt knows about cars, I guess you know about like some TV show from the 70s. That's cool, I guess. Not actually like that. That sounds like a backhanded compliment, but that's cool. That's cool that you're into that.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was
Fucking nothing.
WWE Clash of the Castle was earlier today because they're over in Cardiff, Wales.
Oh,
cool.
I've heard. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was like good. A lot of good things happened with it. And then tomorrow night is AEW All Out. and that's a 15-card show.
God, that's fuck.
And I'm just like,
What
why
is
do you
that,
do
all
this,
hands
Tony
on
Khan?
deck?
Yeah, no, it's
Fuck,
it's one of
dude.
those things where it's like, Tony Khan, why? Like, cool, but I don't want to be up past midnight watching your pay-per-view.
Yeah, on a Sunday night.
Fuck,
Well,
dude.
I guess it's
I
okay
mean,
because
it's Labor Day, and
yeah.
it's like cool, but it's like at the same time, it's like I don't want to
15
be.
cards. That's, dude. I mean, nothing against wrestling, but like when each fight takes like 20, 30 minutes, 15, and that's not excluding like the crazy special ones, because you know they always have like the crazy special ones that go way more than like 30 minutes.
Right. Yeah, where they have
Like-
like the big storyline built up.
Yeah.
Like I actually,
And any in between.
because I've been
well, I guess.
paying attention to the freaking card, because I'm been just curious.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where what people actually?
It's
people talk.
just
Yeah.
it's yeah, that seems like a lot. Because also like wrestling's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, they do like the whole pregame thing, and then they like
Yeah, no, there's
that's gonna be a
pre-show to this.
long ass show.
Because so it's 15 cards. There's 4 matches or 15 matches. There's 4 matches on the pre-show alone, the hour-long pre-show.
Oh my god.
That's a lot.
You got Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii, which that's gonna be just someone beating the piss out of each other. That's all that match is gonna be. Pac defending his title against Kip Sabian. Hook defending his title against Angela Parker, which Hook is the son of Taz. If people don't know that, if you remember Taz. And then you got Sammy and Tay defending their AAA World Mixed Tag Team Championships against Ortiz and Ruby Soho.
Say
That
that
was
10
a-
times fast.
Yeah,
that was
seriously.
hard to say. And then, like the main, that was just like I said, that's just pre-show. So you got 3 title matches on the pre-show,
I know. Fuck.
and one
dude,
of them
that's
is
a lot.
for another promotion.
Like,
Oh
all
my
right,
God.
all right. I'm all for like loading up your pay-per-views, so like you're getting the bang for your buck. But like, dude, that's like too much almost.
Oh
Yeah, you might as well just give someone like if they get that pay per view, you might as well just give them like week long access to it because
Yeah.
they gotta like break it up into bits.
Yeah, right.
Like there's some matches I'm looking at the card right now that I just don't care for. Like,
Well, I mean that's any wrestling.
well, I'm looking
event,
at
I
like
think.
6-man tag matches: Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and Motor City Machine Guns. I don't need Wardlow and Jay Lethal in that. Just give me FTR versus Motor City
Yeah.
Machine Guns because those are 2 like high class tag teams going at it.
Yeah.
It's like give me that. I could care less about the other 2. And I feel bad for Wardlow. He became the AEW champion or the AEW TNT champion, and it's just been like a rocky thing with him.
Yeah.
And it's like you are not booking him properly, and it's terrible. You also got like
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know any of these names.
I
I know like
I
little
just-
bits here.
I
and
know
I
there.
just
there's a
remember
few
we
people that
watched that
want-
match where the dude beat the other dude with a chair wrapped in barbed wire, and I was like, I crave the violence.
that was Eddie versus Jericho.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
awesome.
But no, because I know a few people that in a wrestling server I'm in actually watch.
oh, good,
Yeah.
good.
That's
Yeah, at
cool.
least someone. I'm not
so they're
the
probably
one
hearing
getting
me
it.
talk about this and we'll go. You know, he's got a point.
Okay, yeah, because I am definitely doing
it's
like
just-
the mouth agape, like fucking goldfish brain.
Yeah,
Just-
I know a little bit of it, but like I just don't keep up with it like Jeremy does.
yeah, yeah,
And-
he's the wrestling super fan.
And then you got
Yeah.
5 title matches on the main card.
Jesus.
You got the inaugural World Trios titles for AEW, where it's Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus Hangman Page, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds. So it's Hangman Page and the Dark Order. You got the World Tag Titles. It's Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland versus the Acclaimed, who are very hot right now. So it's like, will they pull the trigger for the Acclaimed? Probably not, because Swerve and Our Glory is still a good team. So
Yeah.
who knows? The TBS Championship match is Jade Cargill versus Athena. And this is where I have a problem, because Tony Khan does not know how to book his women's division.
Oh.
The problem is Jade Cargill has been undefeated. She's holding this title. And I don't think Athena's going to be the one to take it off her, because they have not built Athena properly to take it off her.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Unless they're just trying to go for like some kind of like crazy sensational thing,
Yeah.
or like come out of nowhere and just beat
But
her.
it's-
But it
but
don't
it's-
make sense.
It's just one of those things where it's like, and I'll say this, it's been a mishap for them, because they were building Chris Statlander to take the title off her, but then she got a knee injury, so she had to be sidelined, and now it's like
Yeah.
now you got to like quick build, and unfortunately, when you're only doing one women's match a show, you're not quick building properly.
Yeah, I know. It takes a long time to write a storyline.
And that's one big criticism I have with AEW. And I know people are going to be like, well, WWE, it's like, let me correct this. AEW does one women's match a week,
Yeah.
if you're lucky. And I feel bad because there's a lot of talented women on that roster that don't get proper screen time. But here's the thing. WWE's been able to do multiple women's matches. And yeah, I know they have more TV time. But on their 2-hour show, the same time as AEW, they still have like 2 or 3 women's matches on the card. So
Yeah.
don't sit there and say, oh, it's because they have more time. It's like, no, because SmackDown, they still do 2 women's matches while AEW does 1. So really
Yeah.
do that.
There you have it, folks.
Which it's
Read 'em and weep.
Speaking of wrestling, the Gerard Khalil, the guy who runs the Completionist channel, and is like one of the hosts on X Play now.
Okay.
He released his show that they were working on for like all the X Play specials and stuff, God of Work, where he's running around as Kratos.
Oh, yeah.
He's running around as Kratos in like an office environment with like a bunch of other video game people. But they do an episode where it's like a birthday celebration or whatever the hell. And they have, as you know, Xavier Woods has been one of the people who's been like bankrolling G4 now. So they have him come in and he gives Kratos like a new weapon, and the weapon he gives him is a fucking folding chair. Oh my God. So you've got Kratos there, which is being played by Gerard from the Completion, who's a mega fan of it. He's like, oh, it's very weighty. I like this. It's heavy. The only disappointing part was like never got to see him hit someone with it.
Oh.
I was like, come on, hit him with the chair.
Damn.
That'd be fucking that'd be such a good weapon to put into those games too. I mean, obviously it wouldn't fit, but just seeing Kratos like beat someone with a folding chair would be funny as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean he's like superhuman, so yeah, he would like. I'd just love to see him like smack a guy in the back with the chair and then just have him like Gary's Mod physics flip like off into the distance.
I mean, I can't wait for that game, the new one,
The new God of War.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Look, if you guys haven't played it, go back and play it. You guys have to go back and play the first one, like the 2018 that leads into this one. That game, like, okay, I was definitely one of those people who was like, all right, I'm done with fucking God of War. After like 2 going into 3, I was like, all right, no more. This is
it was
much.
like a huge reinvention because like that game basically like completely changed.
Yeah, like they struck gold with the first one, and then they just kind of like they didn't do anything with the series.
I like to say
phenomenal.
I
The
can't
second
even
one
remember
was
those.
decent.
they were
then the
PlayStation
third
only.
one was-
Really.
I played them.
was
I
like,
played
eh.
all of them.
I played
Yeah.
1, I think, and yeah, it definitely. I always call it like Mortal Kombat syndrome.
Yeah,
Because like up until Mortal Kombat 9, they were basically just rehashing the same game. It felt like,
yeah.
I guess like the plot line advanced, but like on the surface you wouldn't really know, and there weren't any big advancements to the game itself. So it was like,
Yeah, but like God of War 2018 was like that one.
Yeah,
where they went
no,
back
that
to
was
square
awesome.
one and like, how do we make this different and clean it up and do something different? And holy fuck, that game is good.
yeah,
Like that was the one where it's like my first playthrough. Like, all right, I'm gonna put it on the hardest fucking difficulty off the rip and get the platinum. And I did it. I did it.
Damn.
I remember the final secret boss. I won't spoil who it is or anything like that. But it literally took me a week of like 2-3 hours every day after work, coming home from work, to fucking beat that boss. And when I finally beat that boss, it was like, all right, it's time to fucking celebrate.
oh jeez,
think
Because
I
that's
know.
a hard fucking
I
fight.
think I know which boss you're talking about.
Yeah.
I won't say it, but
That is a hard fucking fight. And like, you have to do your build in the right armor for the right attacks. You have to be good at parrying and dodging and blocking, because certain stuff you can only do certain things. It's like Sifu.
yeah,
Like at a certain point, and that boss is just so fucking hard. But when you finally beat it, it's like it's time to fucking party. It's so
mayhem.
satisfying.
mayhem. You
Bowser's
absolute
causing mayhem with
mad
Bowser's
lad.
chaos
This is what
department.
happens to this. It goes away because it's empty.
You didn't have to do that, but it's okay.
No, you don't get it. Now it's trapped.
But yeah. Anyways, Jeremy, go ahead and finish.
He's
your
getting
Um,
mad. Sorry.
Trying to think of what else. Today is actually the fantasy draft
No.
for the server I'm in.
Oh.
So I'm gonna.
Yep.
So that's in like 30 minutes.
Oh, dang.
Football.
Okay.
Yep, football.
Oh, dude, I'm getting hype. I can't
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
wait
yeah,
till
can't wait
actual
for next
games
week.
start. Yeah.
And then there's one other thing. I want whenever you're not busy because I got next week off, so
Yeah.
I want to start streaming next week.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll figure it out.
Because I just need to know like some other stuff. Like I have OBS downloaded now,
Yep.
so just whenever. Because tomorrow I'm going to be busy, so
Well, we'll play it by ear, and we'll go. I can do something Monday,
yeah.
depending
Like,
on how the whole
yeah,
car
like,
thing goes.
I was
but
going to
yeah.
ask you. I was going to bring that up. Like if you weren't busy after
Yeah.
the car, if like can't do it because
Well, I'm supposed to do that at 11 on Monday.
Alright,
so,
yeah, and I'm-
but yeah, I'll let you know after.
Yep. Cool. And that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
Dang.
And Matt,
All
how was your
right.
week, bud?
So, I didn't do anything too wild, but I went down kind of an annoying rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
So, where I was talking like weeks
now,
ago
brother.
about doing like all my music and shit on my computer.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
So I went to put it on my phone.
Yeah. This guy has a massive library, by the way.
So
Fuck yeah.
I went on.
I remember last time when you went and digitized it all. Oh my god, that took weeks.
It's painful, and you're gonna hear this, and it's painful, but there's a good solution to it. So I use an app called Media Monkey, and I went to go put it on the phone, and it all went on there. But you go on the phone and try to play it, and it won't do anything. Won't play it. It's like, oh my god. So I'm like, awesome. So I look into. The dog keeps pulling me away from the
What a
microphone.
pain in the
Alright,
ass,
so
Bowser.
apparently, Galaxy doesn't support WMA files anymore.
What?
Oh no.
Wait, like with the bass music player or with any other music playing app?
We'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I know exactly where this is going.
It doesn't support
Fuck.
it at all.
That's
So
bullshit.
Media Monkey's not going to work. However, there's this app called Power Amp
Okay.
that does work.
What's that, like Winamp for phones?
Probably
It's
something like that.
it
Sounds
might
like
be.
it.
It is like that is how I spent most of my week setting that up. Literally because of how
over
much
here.
you can.
Over
It's
here.
actually it's pretty sweet. So it does. What confuses me is it says Galaxy doesn't support it, but you get this
Over
app
here.
and it does.
Yeah.
So like,
So
there's a ton of apps that it won't
Go.
work with.
right.
Go.
Yeah. It's all
Over
like
here.
software
No,
based
no,
on
no.
whether or not. So it's probably not the phone won't support it. It's like the music app won't.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Because I know, like, when you look at like, oh, what video playback formats will it support, and you'll see like, oh yeah, it's got like your typical crap formats,
Yeah.
whatever. But then if you put like VLC on your phone, it'll just play just about anything.
Yeah.
It's all in the software. So like their default media player won't support it.
Okay, can you
'Cause if I went
see?
on,
All right. I have Media Encoder. Obviously, it's part of Adobe because I pay for Adobe. Blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Me like that's honestly like a really easy problem. Like problem solved for me, but that's because I pay for it. I wouldn't want you guys to go pay for that. But can't you use something like Handbrake to just convert it all from WMA to MP3?
You wouldn't even have to use Handbrake, I don't think. But
So,
you could.
I'm just saying,
I could do
Handbrake
that.
is hardware accelerated, so it'd probably rip through all of this
Oh yeah, yeah.
stuff real
Well, I mean,
fast.
yeah, you could use like like FFmpeg or something.
Yeah.
It'd
So-
probably do it too. But
Media Monkey will let you change. It's that's converter also.
oh, okay.
So it was really weird. I just figured this out because it just seems so strange to me. Every other format, like any format you could pretty much think of, you could go in and you could change the settings of it.
Yeah.
You go to MP3, it won't let you change the settings of it, and it's like that variable bit rate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so that's why like WMAs and WMVs and all that other shit are like a thing.
Mm.
And that's why like people hate it. Hate like good old MP3s and MP4s because yeah, they're the standard, but they're not the best at anything.
No.
Yeah. I was gonna do I either have it used mostly in like MP3 320,
Yeah.
or like that stuff I've downloaded online from other places,
Mhm.
or like So I went to WMA to do the 320 thing.
Yeah.
You go to MP3 and you can't adjust any of the settings on it. It's like the one format you can't adjust.
Is it like locked out by a paywall or something?
Yep.
Ah,
That one format is
that
locked out by a
sucks.
paywall.
Of course it is, because that's the one that everybody's probably gonna fucking use.
That's the one that everyone's going to use it for. That's why.
Right.
So I looked. It says that Galaxy stopped supporting WMA, but it does. Everybody said to go get that Power Amp app, and it works.
Yeah.
And it works, and it's awesome,
Good.
and it actually works really well. I just hope that like the syncing everything should be
It
fine.
should be, yeah,
shouldn't be
because
too bad.
Android handles files a little differently than like iPhones do. Android is kind of more PC-like because it's,
Yeah,
I mean, it's basically just a Linux
it's
file
meant
system.
to work with that PC.
Yeah.
The iPhone don't like.
right?
No,
don't
the
like outside
iPhone,
stuff.
like,
It doesn't. Well, let me rephrase it. It does not like outside stuff unless it can come in through iTunes.
correct.
And if
Okay,
it
yeah.
doesn't play nice with iTunes, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that I totally kind of hate. I use Spotify. I'm not gonna lie. I just fucking pay for Spotify.
Yeah.
I pay for a family plan. It's better than paying for Sirius or any of these other ones in my car.
Fuck, serious.
Like all that satellite radio shit. You know, I understand it, but at the same time, I don't have to pay for new songs. And like, I'm always adding shit and removing shit constantly. So it's like, all right, whatever. Easier, it's cheap, it's convenient. And with a family plan, you know, it's like, all right, I trade a Netflix login. I trade this login. Whatever.
Right.
But like Spotify on fucking iPhone, you cannot have outside formats in. But on Android, like when I used to have Android, I'd have all the old stuff in my collection, my music collection,
Yeah.
just on the drive, and Spotify would mix that in.
I will. I mean, I think we're kind of like derailing now because now we're getting on the phone talk, but because I'm getting to the point where I found out that like, so I have the iPhone 8,
Yep.
and iOS 16 is going to be the last version for it. So
Yeah.
once they're done updating that, when it goes to iOS 17, like probably sometime next year, I'm out of support. So I'm like, okay, well now it's going to be. I'm starting to get to the point where it's like, yeah, I might want to trade this thing in and get something newer. And I will say, having owned an iPhone, I really don't want another one.
I mean, look, you like
I
it
will
or you
say,
don't.
what I will say is like the hardware is fucking fantastic. The
Yeah.
abilities of the phone are fucking fantastic. iOS sucks shit.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I hate Android. I hate Android, but that's just me. And this is because like I've had I've had Galaxies, I've had
Right,
the
right.
LGs, I've had the HTC. Like I've had all of the brands.
So what does like
And, like,
LG have? Does that have Android or is that just
LG
like
doesn't even make them.
They don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like all
Yeah,
of
no,
the
they
major
were all-
brands had them.
So-
and just like the inconsistencies, and this works on this one, and that works on that
Yeah,
one.
Yep.
And then like
Yep.
one of the things that I listen to a lot when I'm not listening to Spotify or using Spotify for it is podcasts.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of podcasts that are not on Spotify because of whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no like ingrained podcast player and marketplace on Android. Or maybe there is now, but there never used to be. And it was such a fucking hassle. It was such a fucking hassle. Like shit wouldn't update for like you'd be sitting there and you'd be like, oh no new episodes, blah 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 blah. And like a month later, it'd be like 7 new episodes. Like,
Yeah.
"You fucker.
yeah.
But I'm used to driving a lot and doing a lot of commutes, doing field service and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't listen to just music. I like to have podcasts because
Yeah.
in the morning I like to just hear people talking. It helps me stay awake.
Yeah, I mean that is like the success of the radio talk
Yeah.
show is that entire market. Yeah. Now to me, it's like if all you want is like just the latest greatest phone, like iPhones and iOS is fine. But I found that like owning them long term, I seem to just uncover more and more limitations. Whereas with Android, I was constantly uncovering like more and more abilities. Like
Yeah.
when I used to own my favorite phone of all fucking time was the Xperia
Oh
Z
yeah.
Ultra.
You had that for a while.
Yeah, that
Which
phone
one was that?
it was the big flat
The
one.
big Sony one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess like
Gosh.
nowadays it's normal size, but this was like in 2014, so it was really kind of ahead of its time. And like, dude, the amount of stuff I uncovered, like being able to do with that, like, I figured out Android debugging bridge, and I could put in one of those cheap headsets and get like pseudo VR. I can actually put like emulators on it without like having to jailbreak it or like get some sketchy profile on my phone. Like there was just so much stuff that you could just run Termux and basically just access the fucking Linux running on your phone, and there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with that. And
let's be real, Samsung has one of the coolest phones there is right now, and that's
They
the
do.
Z Fold.
yeah,
And it's not because of it being a phone or anything like that. It's because it folds in half, and you can literally use it like a Game Boy
Yeah.
Advance SP.
yeah,
to emulate
SP or
games.
DS. Yeah,
and that
it's
is the coolest shit. Period.
Yep. If only they could fix the
I
fucking
was
weird,
looking at those.
the weird seam that gets in the middle. That's like the
They're
one.
they're
thing.
way
Yeah.
better now, but
Yeah.
no.
They still
they're
still
not.
have some ways to go on that. I know. Microsoft has a folding. I don't know. I think it's a tablet technically.
Probably.
But
think it's
I
one.
know
Yeah,
they do like the dual screen thing, but they actually they just separated the screens. But when you unfold it, the bezel's so
They
small.
don't do phones anymore, right?
Yeah, no.
Well, they don't do
stopped.
like Windows phones.
Yeah.
They have, because now Microsoft's basically like hopping on the Android train because they're like, well, we can just make the software for Android
Yeah.
and people will buy our shit.
I guarantee you, and God, we're going so far down this derail.
I know this sucks. This is a
I think
rabbit
this
hole.
is my last comment on this topic, so we can get back to Matt's week. It's like I feel like Microsoft is just going to turn into like a software platform or like software distributor. So like it honestly feels like they're trying to nab all these games, like Activision and stuff like that. It feels like they're just trying to nab that and then put that into Game Pass. And then like there's been talk of Microsoft even being like, yeah, dude, we want to put Game Pass on the PlayStation.
That would be insane. I can't imagine Sony like consenting to that.
Yeah, like
That's
that's the whole thing with
insanity.
Sony. But Microsoft has actually like there's been official statements saying like, yeah, why not? Like you
I
run
mean,
it
it
on
would
your
save
PC,
them a buttload of money.
you
if they,
can do it on your phone, as
Right.
in like just like remote play and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I feel like
xCloud or
Microsoft
whatever.
is just trying to become like a cloud service or something shit like that.
I mean,
and just get
that's-
out of hardware.
That basically is where the money is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the whole supply chain bullshit is kind of like proven like,
Yeah.
hardware ain't all that. And the margins are already stupid slim. But really, it was all about the software they put on them. It's like the same reason that Nintendo is so fucking successful. Because it's like, well, their hardware kind of sucks. But if you want to play Nintendo games, you got to
You're
buy
only
the
getting
Nintendo
a Nintendo
console.
game
Exactly.
on a Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, sorry. We don't need to go further down the stupid tech rabbit hole.
The tech rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So I was messing around with that for like
I'm glad you got it working.
3 days. So
Damn.
yeah, it took a. There's so many settings. Like you go through the settings menu, you know how it goes. There's like settings within settings within
Oh yeah,
settings.
yeah. And
within
then there's like the
settings.
hidden settings. You have to like tap this thing like 7
like-
times, and now you unlock like
Yeah, so
developer
going
mode.
through all of that was fun, but it works. It's good. So that's been good.
Good, good.
I got some car parts.
Hell
Sweet.
yeah.
Gonna do the water pump on the Suburban probably tomorrow and Monday.
Nice.
I got to paint everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Use that. What is that? Stuff
I'm not
called?
using that like
Not
crazy
the- not
rust
the expensive stuff?
No, just like spray paint.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But I played Forza again,
Nice.
Nice.
and it's painful. Like just the AI system
Oh,
is
yeah.
so bad. Because like you go on a certain difficulty, and certain races will be like impossible, so hard, takes hours upon hours upon hours of trying, and then some you like pass everybody in like the third lap, and you just, and it's like, can you just the consistency of the difficulty is terrible. The way they all drive is terrible. Like
Yeah, it's the AI. Like it's gonna stick to a line period, and then it's got a rubber band, not depending on the difficulty.
they drive so bad. They don't try to avoid you ever.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
have like the aggression stuff turned like off and whatnot.
No, it's like it's the Gran Turismo zombie AI. Like it's
Yeah.
like okay, it's driving the line and it doesn't care where you are in the track.
Yeah, you cannot pass anybody without hitting them half the time, and it's like,
Yeah, that
Really?
sucks.
it's really annoying.
That would frustrate the shit because I always like in any racing game, my I don't care what place I'm in, it's got to be a clean lap. Like,
Yeah, yep.
I hate bumping into walls. I hate bumping into other people. It sucks.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
It just
pain in
makes
the
me
ass.
feel like an amateur. Like I don't care if I get 4th place as long as it's a clean 4th place.
yeah.
Because then I know that dickweed in 1st place is just some kid like some 12-year-old playing like shark cards for Grand Theft Auto. You know, like
I mean, that's really how it is in real life. You don't want to
yeah,
wreck.
yeah,
so
exactly.
in real life, you're not realistically going to win every single race in first
Yep.
place every single time.
It's just again, I keep tangenting. I'm sorry.
Just
But,
go for it.
all right. It's on the topic of Forza. I don't like the performance index system anymore. I've noticed, especially in Horizon 5, that you can have cars with the same PI, but one is clearly faster than the other.
Oh yeah.
You can have both cars that are like B600 or whatever, and you can have a Crown Vic that way, and you can have an MR2 that way, and it doesn't matter. The MR2 just wipes the floor with the Crown Vic, even though they're the same PI rating. It's like, well, then what's the point in having it?
Yeah,
it's not really helpful
Ideally,
anymore.
let's be real here. A Crown Vic and an MR2, the Crown Vic's always going to lose unless you cut fucking more than 3/4 of the car out.
Right.
Just because of the curb weight of the
Right,
MR2
but then
versus the Crown Vic.
its PI should be brought down because of that. Like,
Yeah.
they're not in the same class. It doesn't matter how much more horsepower you give that Crown Vic.
Well, that's why it ends up in the same thing because they're like, well, theoretically,
Yeah.
it's like theoretical stuff. That's how like the PI is.
Yeah, I think like if there's one thing I could really hope for, like aside obviously from improving the AI, is I really hope the PI system gets a revamp.
Yeah.
Like even just make it less specific. Like if you just went back to like just using generic letters, like screw the numbers. Just it's CBA SR. Like I'd be fine with that because then it's like okay, well then there's variation within that, but you don't necessarily know what it is because it's just frustrating seeing two cars at the top of their class and one is just hands down better than the other, even though technically speaking the game considers them the same.
Yeah, that's annoying as hell.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, done with that. Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else?
So sorry.
No, it's good. The one in Gran Turismo is better, right?
Yes and no.
I don't know much about it anymore.
I remember I
It's-
used to like it more.
Yeah.
I don't know about the new
it
game.
matches it a lot more, and the numbers are more dynamic.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot more things into like to the point of where you can like clearly overbuild an engine, so your car's like way more powerful, and then you just load it up with ballast weight to bring it back in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
slow
we were-
it down,
I mean,
which
we
we've
were
done
doing that.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
Yeah.
the infamous Porsche.
Yeah, that Porsche incident. Yeah, that whole fuck, dude. Yeah,
The Porsche incident.
yeah, you remember. All right, well then let's open a rabbit hole here.
Go on.
Fucking the statement about Halo.
Bro,
I am in the dark here. Enlighten me.
Basically, 343 is like mismanaged the shit out of Halo, and they came out with a roadmap and like a whole statement, and they had the CEO, what's her face, that stupid bitch. She's like, yeah, well, among others, we're cutting split screen co-op for the story mode because it just doesn't work very well. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it doesn't work very well if you have two people go off to the opposite sides of the map and do everything at the same fucking time. Yeah, of course it's not going to work well. But if you tether people together, and this is what people have found,
This is
because
what
people hacked it. Like they literally hacked into the files, and it works. It works. It works just fine. At like 45 SPS, the Series X will do fucking split screen co-op for two people as long as they're not going too far off and not trying to do multiple things at the opposite ends of the map at the same time.
You know what bugs me about this? This is a problem Bungie already solved with the first Halo.
Yeah.
Fucking warping. That was like, I mean, it was annoying in that game because it was like they had like hard set points and it's like, okay, well, you're like 2 feet in front of me. Well, you warp behind me. But like that is how you keep players together.
Yeah.
Like they have the solution. What is wrong with them?
But they came out and they're like, well, yeah, it just doesn't work as good as it does online. Yeah, because online, people can just fuck off because they're all on their own console running it.
Exactly. It
Like,
doesn't matter.
That's different.
You have
but like,
twice the computational hardware, so you don't need to have that.
yeah, and in split screen, most people are just doing it like sitting on the couch playing and doing all this other shit.
Dude,
Which and another thing with that though is like Forge and co-ops supposedly finally coming, but like it's been such a disaster. Like their microtransactions are a disaster. Their battle pass is a disaster.
fuck the battle
Their
pass.
multiplayer is a disaster, not because of the gameplay, because the gameplay, like let's be real here, in Halo Infinite, the gameplay is so fucking good.
It's solid, yeah.
It feels good. It's like the best Halo's ever felt. Like, feels great. But like, bro, there's no match XP. Like, there's just like challenge XP to advance your battle pass and shit like that. And that's coming in a beta in like November. Match XP. Like what? What? This is shit that should have been there from the start. Why don't you guys have this shit?
Yeah, it's
And like, this statement came out, and it was so bad that Oh God, what's his face? Who runs Xbox now? Phil Spencer?
I think it's Phil Spencer.
Is it Phil Spencer? Or no, is he? No, he's Sony.
Oh.
Fuck, no, I don't know. Whatever. I'm getting all my guys confused for like all the video game stuff.
Without
but
seeing
the head
their
of
pictures
Xbox,
to me, it's just
yeah,
names.
like,
Yeah.
I know the guy in the picture.
yeah.
I can't remember his name. But the head of Xbox came out and had a statement saying like, yeah, you know, when we lose our way with Halo, we've lost our way as a whole with Xbox. And it's like, yeah, what the fuck is going on? It's
Yeah.
time to clean house at 343.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, I love Halo Infinite. I want it to be good. Like the gameplay's there for it to be fucking good.
Yeah.
It's there. But like when it comes time to play multiplayer and it's like, oh, you customize your Spartan. Well, you know, certain pieces only go on certain fucking armor sets. And it doesn't really tell you that.
Dude,
You
that whole
can't just mix match
customization.
everything. And so many are like microtransactions. And colors are microtransactions too.
Dude,
right?
it is
Colors.
it is hell.
That's
Yeah,
another,
it's
that's
hell
another
compared to,
Forza
like-
thing. The
What?
stupid custom character customization. Like
Oh,
these-
yeah.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Fucking
But like
nerd.
years and years and years of you could customize every single piece of color every single piece of armor independently
Yeah.
in like some of the last few. And like I mean before you could only do like 2 or 3 colors, like the highlights, the darks, and the accents. But like you could still do that. And now like you don't get to do that. Which is just it's so irritating. But let's keep in mind, still to this day, a year after launch of the multiplayer, you cannot be in queue and customizing your Spartan or going through other menus while you're in the multiplayer queue. No. You have to stop and stare at the queue screen and wait for a match to happen.
God damn it.
And if you do anything else other than stare at that fucking screen, nope, takes you right out of the multiplayer queue.
That's miserable.
It
Oh, dude, there's so many things where it's like, you guys have fucked this up. And this is something where it's like, you were given 6 years. I understand you wanted to do something crazy and something big. And you did something crazy and something big. But your story mode, the map is big, but it's not that big. This isn't like Assassin's Creed Origins or Valhalla or one of those big. It's not like...
or Grand Theft Auto for that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
Like, it's small, it's good, it's tight and, like, content rich.
Yeah.
For the most part. Like, 6 years. 6 years before the game fucking came out. And then a year after the game came out, it's a fucking mess. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because at the same time, you have people who have been in the Forge beta. They're like, yeah, dude, this is fucking wild how good this is.
Ugh.
Like, there's the motherfucker who completely remade the room from Toy Story. Right? And not only did he do that, he was able to use the physics in-game to create a tower and make it play like Jenga.
Ah, cool.
Whoa.
Like, and you're telling me, like, what the fuck have you guys been doing?
Yeah, that's
What have you guys been doing? Because, like, everything's here, but it's in pieces, and you guys have fucked it up the entire time. So it's just been, like, a major disappointment, and it's like, dude, it's Halo. Come on.
Yeah,
It's so bad how just
it really is one of those things where it's like, you know, 343, like they may have competent game designers there, and I'm not gonna like, I know,
Oh, no,
like,
dude,
a
it's
lot of,
upper management.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
like a lot
they
of this
ruin
falls on
everything.
like the management and the publisher
Yeah.
and all this shit. But man, I just when Bungie left that series, it's like the heart went with it.
Well, yeah, but let's be real. Bungie got crunched to oblivion.
Oh, they did. But the difference is,
then-
like, they kind of cared about what they did, even if they were crunched.
Oh, yeah, no. That's why they left. It's because they got crunched to oblivion.
Yeah.
And then they went on to make Destiny. And Destiny, like, I'm not going to sit here and say Destiny's perfect. It has a mountain of problems, even still to this day. But they care more, and they've done a lot more. And, like, yeah, they end up shooting their player base in the foot half the time. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. They really do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sunsetting weapons and then God rolls on weapons and shit like that. Fucking, yeah. There was a while where I went back where I was playing it with Brandon and Andrea.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were playing a lot. Well, we like to play a lot of the multiplayer. You had fucking Mindbender's Ambition, the fucking shotgun. It would one shot, period. It was the only shotgun. And you could just get like secondary ammo from killing people. It wasn't like limited. It wasn't like an arena pickup. It was so good. It was one-shotting people. And it would only one-shot people if you got the God roll. So, like me, along with I don't know how many other players, and like Andrea, we fucking sat there and farmed the gun. and probably spent like 100+ hours farming that fucking gun and never got a roll that could one shot, like never got the god roll.
Ugh.
So like 10 people get this god roll and this gun is fucking unstoppable. Because there's nothing you can do to beat it outside of like use a super. Because it's just that good. And then like it's just like motherfucker. But
yeah, something about that kind of like loot-based RPG really like.
Yeah.
I know like Borderlands 1 was like the big push for that genre.
it's no problem until you have PvP.
I don't like any of it. I hate it. I hate getting a fucking gun. Like, oh man, Borderlands 2 is the worst to me because it's like, oh cool, you get this gun and then it's like relevant for 2 levels.
Well, so okay, that's why Borderlands 2 was the only good one, or Borderlands 1 was the only good one. And it's because like as soon as 2 hit, you just saw through the formula and it was like, all right, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, but like the problem is like whether I discovered that or not, it's like now I apply that to everything. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like Diablo is not fun because
No.
it's the same thing just with swords instead of guns.
Diablo 3 was never as fun as 2.
Well, I mean, 2 was magical. Like I don't know, it could be like that nostalgia thing, but it was also just like I don't know. It just
The
felt like
3
such
just
a big
didn't match
game.
2. It just couldn't beat 2.
No.
So,
I don't know. That whole looter shooter genre, I don't like it.
no, you don't like shooters?
No, I don't. I played
hate
Borderlands
shooters.
3. I played through the story mode once, which was awful, by the way. And I don't ever want to play another Borderlands based game ever. Like, I don't care how cool your setting is. I love the art style. Some of the character classes are genuinely cool, but I fucking hate picking up a gun, using it for like 2-3 levels and being like, oh, cool. Well, I can't even take the scope off this gun I like.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be one thing if it was like parts or something, but no, it's like, oh, cool. Here's your upgraded gun. It has a stupid like fucking big ass spinny wheel as its magazine. I hope you love using this dumbass gun because
Yeah.
it's better than what you had before. It's like, God damn it.
Just does more damage.
Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, like
Shooters.
yeah. To me, like it's Halo or bust, man. That's my mindset. Or you know, like Gears is fun too. Although I still haven't played through Gears 5.
I mean, I would say go get Modern Warfare 2, but we all know exactly that
No.
fucking Actabliz is a bunch of rapists.
I'm gonna try it, but
I know it was so yeah. Of everybody here, I think he's the Call of Dutyist.
Call of Duty specialist.
Bro,
Specialist.
Hey, no, don't
that
get
was
it twisted.
my job for a while.
We
Yeah.
went back with Warzone,
Yeah.
and I played a lot of Warzone. A lot of Warzone. And then, like, so did Andrea, and so did a couple of our other friends. And Warzone was really good, but it was like, all right, well, let's play some regular multiplayer in the story mode of the first Modern War remake that they did, like, 3 years ago now.
Yeah, I want to try.
And, like-
I haven't even played that yet.
It was good, but then it came out as like, oh, they're all rapists. I was like, no. I'm good.
Yeah.
Once it came
One
out that they're
step
all
forward,
rapists, it was
two
like, all
steps
right,
back.
yeah, no. I'm done. I'm back to being done with Call of Duty. Like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch it. So I'm hoping Microsoft buys them out and like cleans house.
And we can hope, but
Because you know what? All right.
They remastered the
All right.
first 2, right? Like just like visually remastered the first 2.
Oh, what?
Modern Warfare 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, so Modern Warfare 1 has got a mix. It's got some of the stuff from Modern Warfare 2 originally in it and stuff like that. It all just kind of mixed together into one remaster.
Yeah.
Just to make it into one, and then 2's it's like doing 2 and 3 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like there's some new content, there's some old content, there it's just kind of amalgam.
Then they do like the one with like the Modern Warfare and now the modern. It's like they're like retellings of it almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just tweaking it, adding some stuff here, doing that, blah 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 blah. And like, you know what? I'm be 100% with you. I'll go back to Call of Duty if Microsoft goes in, cleans house, and turns it into like we get a good one every like 2 to 3 years.
and they put 343 in charge.
No. No. Like keep
that'd be
IW,
hellish.
keep Treyarch, but
Yeah.
just clean house. Just clean the rapists, fucking fix this shit because it's a fucking disaster over there. Because like Treyarch came back and they did Cold War. Cold War was like the multiplayer was all right. Some of the shit was like kind of painful coming off of Modern Warfare, but they fixed some of the stuff and then they didn't fix some of the other shit. But like with Cold War, they brought zombies back. And zombies was fucking phenomenal in Cold War. It really was. It really, really was.
I
And
gotta
then,
play it again because I have Cold War.
yeah, well, they went out and they did they did a new mode in Zombies where it was just kind of like it puts you on like a big map, like an open world map, so to say.
Yep.
It's not really open world. It's just like a really big map. It's like
yeah.
a battlefield sized map.
Okay.
But like you'd have like so many objectives and like so many little side things you could do, and then like once you finish the objective for that one, it would teleport you to another map, and it would just kind of keep going. It'd go like infinite unless you wanted to do it. But there was like so many secrets and all these different things, and for a while it was like every single time they updated, or like every single battle pass, they'd add like new challenges or new stuff into it, new guns into it, new everything, and then like every couple battle passes, they would put a new map, like just like a regular style Zombies map in.
I see.
And like when they went through and they did it, they completely revamped the maps. So the original map, oh god, what's the original map called?
Which one?
Fucking
For which?
the original Zombies map.
Oh,
Like
Nocturne Uncertain.
Yeah, They took that and they
Oh,
remade it for
I
Cold
have
War.
played it. I remember
Just called
that.
it Der Toten, and it was at daytime. It was clearly like way later in the future or
Yeah, it
whatever
was, like,
the hell.
in the snow. I
But
think.
yeah, in the wintertime. But it was like no, like this is taking place all of a sudden in the 80s, and there's like graffiti on the walls and like there's all this other stuff. And it made this huge map, and there's all these different paths so where you can loop through it and all this other shit like that. And then like crazy shit where it's like you could like warp into the dark dimension and fight the zombies in the dark dimension and come back and forth. And then like they introduced like a single machine, like a vending machine where you could go up and you can get all the colas in one on that map.
Yeah. Yep.
But not every map had every cola, and they put more colas in and everything like that. And it was really, really fucking good. But like, you clean up the rapists, you clean up your rape and like your shitty people.
Yeah.
And then you go back to and you give me a game like once every 2 to 3 years, and they're all that good, like they're all Modern Warfare good or like Cold War level good, at least with content, because all of a sudden these studios get like a 4 to 5 year release window or like working time, and like yeah, dude, Call of Duty will be the #1 game. But I mean that's if you like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's still fun. It'll never beat Titanfall. I want Titanfall.
Oh no,
back, but,
Titanfall is fun as fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm still a Halo boy at heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, I just learned something. I didn't realize that. I know they had added it for an event at one point in the Master Chief Collection. You know how they have like the two versions of Firefight, Reach and ODST. I didn't realize they added game modes in ODST so you could do Flood Firefight.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, I actually like had uncovered, because again, like once a week, like we get like the family together on like a Steam group and we just do Halo Firefight like all night long.
Yeah.
And I had like uncovered that. I was like, whoa, cool. So then we were actually going back and playing ODST, and I mean, I was kind of like the only person in the group that like I felt like really appreciated it, because I love that game. I really do, but it definitely doesn't feel as refined as like Reach's Firefight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That was a lot of fun. Holy shit. And looping back a little bit, because we had talked about split screen for Infinite. Please add split screen to PC Master Chief Collection. I know it is such a niche use case. It really is. But man, the quality of life it would bring to just me.
No. Like no. Because let's be real here. How many homes? And I know it's not. This is a pretty niche thing.
Right.
How many homes and how many people do we know who like they'll hook a PC to the TV to game on?
Yeah.
Rather than playing on a small monitor. I do it from time to time depending on what the game is.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know if I put it on the computer, I'm gonna get 100 FPS and like maximum graphic settings.
Right.
Where on like the X, like I haven't done it since the 5 and the XSX came out.
Yeah.
But that's just because like these are plenty strong enough.
Right.
But like in the last generation, it'd be like, fuck yeah, this game's coming out. Of course I'm gonna play it on the PC at the highest graphic settings, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. I know it's a super niche use case, but we few would very much appreciate it, and I know you're still updating that shit. So
Yeah.
just do it, and also fix Halo 2's campaign because it's still broken for co-op. Anytime I play
Yeah.
it with my cousin, there's like 3 levels that it's like you would just immediately desync and get booted back to the menu.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Yep.
miserable.
Oh, dude, when we were trying to play through that on Legendary, like it was consistently like we would play for like an hour. Like, so we would get like, because, you know, like Halo 2 Legendary is like, oh yeah, one of you dies, you go back to checkpoint.
Yeah, it's hard.
So you get like 3/4 of the way through a level and then just boot to menu, no explanation.
Start
is like,
over.
fuck off.
Yeah, that's painful.
It's horrible. But yeah, it's, I don't
It's
know.
still like that.
I mean, we haven't done the campaign in a while, so, and I know they did put some patches out, so they might have fixed it, but chances are they didn't, because
So-
that was a bug that, like, when we first got it for the X-Bone, and we were playing with Tony trying to play through it, and like the number of times it would just crash. It'd be
Yeah.
like,
Beat the whole
So-
level.
yeah, oh yeah,
Did
And
you
it would be ready to go to the next one and then just dead.
yep.
Did you guys ever play Cursed Halo?
No, but I want to.
Yeah, I do too. Apparently, they got it working with MCC.
Oh,
Yeah, Cursed Halo.
is that the one I'm thinking of? Is that with like the reverse throwing pistol and
Yeah.
the bit crushed plasma
yeah,
rifle?
yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
that.
where you can also get the you get the D20 grenades where it just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it gives you
just,
something
like,
random.
Yeah, spawn trees or a warthog or just nuke everything on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want.
Well, it used to be really funny because like if you got the trees, it would just crash the game.
yeah, and, yeah, I have seen that. I do
Yeah,
want to
the
get it.
flying warthog, that was always a funny one.
My favorite is the triple wielding plasma rifle. So you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
3 arms. You got
Yeah,
2,
third
one
one
on each
disappears
side,
in the
one in the middle, and then when you throw a grenade, a 4th arm appears to throw the grenade. I love it. I love it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't know that was for MCC now. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely have to get
apparently
in
they
on
got
that.
it working on MCC.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Who
and,
was
like,
that? Inferno Plus.
I don't know.
I think that's the guy's name because he also put like he modded a shitload into Dark Souls, so it was like, oh yeah, now you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Blood Gulch in Dark Souls.
Yeah. Those guys have done so much shit.
I love it.
Blood Gulch.
Yeah, because he does a series with some of the other people. I think it's like one of the people's like Germa or whatever the hell, but they do trusty turncoats where they do
Yes,
Dark
yeah,
Souls.
yeah, Dark
where
Souls,
it's all
but-
modded up and everything.
Yeah. So like one guy's the traitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All that shit's great. I love that goofy stuff. And I especially love it in Halo. Jeremy, what the fuck are you doing?
Drafting.
Oh god, he's trying.
okay.
All right, well, you know what?
Sorry.
We're gonna wrap this up
Sorry.
anyways.
I'm gonna apologize. The last like 30
NFL
minutes.
draft is happening.
Yeah.
The last
that's
30
right.
minutes have been people like messaging me about the draft.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
'cause
why
I've
I've
seen
been
you on
quiet.
your phone. I'm like, damn, what the fuck's he doing? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
NFL
sorry.
draft.
And currently it's round 5, so
Oh, jeez. Okay. Fucking A.
Well, I hope you get a winning team.
Yeah.
I'm doing good
Yeah.
right now. So
Are you gonna make a ton of money if you win?
no, this is free.
All right. Well, let's just wrap this up then.
All right.
Obviously, go ahead and follow us on the YouTubes.
Yes.
Subscribe.
The Yuban tubes.
Yeah. If you don't like to look at us because we're all pretty ugly, you can go ahead and listen on Spotify.
Yeah. And for the few that do, maybe we'll do another Sifu stream this week.
Yep.
Could be
Yep.
a good time.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Walk through open house will start
Oh,
on Thursday.
that's right.
Yeah, like Saturday there's an open house like right before when we normally record.
Yeah.
So next podcast is gonna have to be like someone else's place.
Oh yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
So we'll figure that out. But we'll get that going, and then pretty much that's about it. You know,
Yeah.
subscribe. It looks good on your resume.
You're just owning that now.
I love it. It's so stupid. I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, yeah. If we're gonna actually close it out, then let's close it out.
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all for the next one, and
Yeah.
hope you have a happy
Labor
happy
Day.
Labor Day.
Yeah. Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, happy
Hell
Labor
yeah.
Day week.
Don't work too hard on your day off.